Hey, my lovelies, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Daily Vibration. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. My name is Cosmo, y'all. And we are doing the Daily Vibration today for January 6, 2021. So how y'all doing on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, okay? Happy birthday to my Capricorns. Today's Kelly Kell's birthday, so we want to send her a major shout out and wish her a beautiful, beautiful day, right? Okay, so today, January 6, 2021 is vibrating under number 3, okay? And today is Wednesday, and Wednesday, my love, vibrates under number 1, okay? Keeping in mind, Wednesday is also ruled by Mercury, so this is a day of communication, so you're going to have to tap into them communication skills there, right? Not to mention, however, the moon is in the 7th house, which is Libra, all right? So you have that partnership and sharing energy, right? But you also have, be mindful of that people pleaser energy, right? You could also find people being super sensitive and caring for the people that they love and care about, right? So partnership and sharing is in the atmosphere today, but then you can have the flip side of that of people not really giving a shit about your family or how you feel today, okay? Now, I do want to say, as we are moving throughout this energy, you do need to be mindful because Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. We are definitely talking about communication. Not everybody operates where they are, I want to say, good communicators, right? So be mindful of that as you're moving throughout this energy today, okay? Now, let's take a look at the number 1. So we're going to start off with Wednesday because Wednesday's vibrating on the number 1. And just a few things that you need to know as you're moving throughout the day with this vibration, okay? First of all, we talk about your intuitive energy, right? So your intuitive energy is connected to all of your possibilities. You know that saying that says possibilities only come around once in a lifetime? Can I tell you that's a crock of bullshit? Yeah, that's not true. That is not true. We're going to just bust that myth down right now. That is not true, okay? Your possibilities is available to you all day, every day, and they are connected, honey, to your intuitive energy, okay? So your intuition links you to all of your possibilities and all of your opportunities. So why don't you go ahead and trust yourself, right? So number 1, as all number vibrates with intuitive energy, so you can go ahead and tap into that. Not to mention, number 1 also vibrates on love, right? And that's the highest vibration of all energy, right? It's to get to the place where you just vibrate in love, right? So pay attention to that today. You may have to choose love today, okay, versus revenge or I want to say being petty, okay? Now, I also want to say assertiveness is going to be in the ear for some of you today as we're interacting with the number 1, right? So today, some of you have created boundaries and you are going to have to reinforce your boundaries and be a little assertive and take control today, okay? Not to mention, for some of you, straight up and down, your willpower is important today. You're going to have to tap into that extra willpower, okay? You know you can do it. Yeah, you know you could do that. So tap into that willpower today, okay? Inspiration is also in the atmosphere today. So some of you will be surprised to find in the midst of all things, you can find inspiration in the most beautiful places that you didn't even think you could. So be open for inspiration to flow into your life today, okay? Now, I want to say on the other polarity, okay, or I don't even know if I want to say on the negative polarity, right? So on the other end of the negative side of the number 1, some of the things that you can experience on this vibration is aggression. Okay, so on the lower end or the lower vibration of the number 1 today, you can experience energy of aggression or being aggressive in the atmosphere. Not to mention codependencies in the atmosphere, so you want to pay attention to that today. Passive energy, okay, or being passive aggressive, that's in the atmosphere today. Also, I want to say that you can also find people being disorganized today, okay, or you feeling like you're not organized today, okay. Not to mention, there's a lot of negative energy vibrating just on a regular basis. So you want to be mindful before you interact with anybody. Beef up your energetic protection today, okay? That's going to be important, right? Now, vibrating on the number 3 today, you do have intuitive energy, of course, and you can tap into your intuitive energy. It is available to you all day, every day, all right? Growth is also in the atmosphere for the number 3 today, okay? Not to mention joy is also in the atmosphere for that. Speech and communication, what did I say? Today is ruled by Mercury. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. So you also have the number 3, which is about speech and communication, as well as being able to express yourself. Self-expression is also on one polarity of the number 3. On the next polarity of the number 3, you do have mania, okay, mood swings. You can also find indifference energy. People just, that's, and pay attention to the aggression with that indifference energy, okay? Because people may definitely be finger pointing today or projecting today. You want to be mindful not to get caught up in any of that energy, all right? I want to say they're going to be high highs and low lows today, okay? So you can find people very, you meet them in the morning, they're on this coast in this high, everything is beautiful, everything is great, and by the end of the day they're on a really low. So you want to be mindful that you yourself are not also operating within this energy, okay? Now let's just talk about the metaphysical aspects of these numbers, all right? So metaphysically, what you need to know about the number one is that one is the first physical number, okay, which means that it is the only absolute number, right? So the universe is literally made up of ones and zeros, okay? Now, and we're talking about code in here. If you can think about computer coding, right? So everything is literally ones and zeros. There is a code to everything, right? And when we're talking about ones and zeros, we're actually talking about a positive and a negative charge. Okay, so we're talking about the spark in the womb, the masculine and the feminine energy is what I'm referencing to. Okay, so one would be the absolute number. Okay, which is the symbol of the divine expression, right? The key to this is the verbal expression, where your ego, I want to say, is being able to allow spirit to work through it. Okay. Now, this is where your communication skills with this number is going to become key. All right. So, number one on a metaphysical level is definitely a symbol of the divine, right? And it is also the key to our communication. All right. So you need to be mindful of that. Once again, if we're going back to energy, right, the number one would be considered the positive charge. Okay. Now, one of the things that I do want to take in note also is we're going through the metaphysical vibration or the meaning of the number three. You do need to know that number three is the first mind number. Okay, so it's the first thinking number, right? Now follow me here, right? Because within this number you have I want to say the verbal and the intuitive aspect, and they come together in a mental place. Okay, so intuitively, you're using your intuition. So we're talking about, like crown chakra energy at this point. Okay, and then you go down and you are talking about for verbal, we're talking about throat chakra. I'm sorry. And then for intuitive energy, we're definitely talking about crown chakra, and expressing it through your mental, we're then talking about third eye chakra. So you still have like the holy trinity of manifestation, right? So the number three is really the first mind number. Okay, this is where you begin to pay attention to your intuitive nature, the verbal aspect, your throat chakra, and then combining it with the mental aspect, the things that you think. Okay, so this is where the conscious and the rational mind comes together to understand. Okay, like left and right brain. So the left brain is more logical, the right brain is more spiritual. Okay, so three is the symbol, okay, of the holy, I like to call it, do you know the triangle is like a sacred geometric symbol? Even though they teach us that in school, they don't tell us that the triangle is a sacred geometrical symbol, right? I call it like the holy trinity of manifestation, right? So representing the connection of mind, body, and soul. So we are talking about masculine, feminine energy, and then the expression of that which is matter, okay, or form, okay, or even thought, okay. Well, thought would be more masculine energy, but anyway, I digress, right? So just know that three is symbolizing energy on a thinking plane, okay? And this plane, this is where your intuitive nature, your verbal nature, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, your crown chakra and your third eye chakra coming together as one, okay? So just be mindful of your movement throughout the energy today, all right? Remember, the number one energy is all about you being able to use your communication skill. This is a symbol of the divine expression, okay? So how are you communicating the expression of the divine, right? You also need to know that the number three is really the holy trinity of manifestation. This is the first number that represents the mind, the thinking number, okay? In which you bring the verbal, the intuitive nature comes together to express things on a mental plane, which is your mind, body, and soul. Okay. Now we're gonna jump into the four elements here, my love. We're gonna start off with the wonderful, wonderful Earth energy because we are in Capricorn season, y'all. Okay. Now, if you are an Earth sign, that's gonna be Taurus, that's gonna be Virgos, and of course, the wonderful Capricorns. If you are not an Earth sign, you are going to use this energy and apply it to the physical things. This is going to be the third dimensional realm. Okay. The house, the car, the bills, the children, children, the parents, the job, and all of the responsibility that dwells in taking care of these things. Okay. Now, today you have energy coming in with the eclipse in Taurus, as well as the sun in Scorpio and the eclipse in Pisces. Now, let's just explain something right here. Okay. Eclipse energy brings in change. This brings in change, sudden change. And eclipse energy can also happen over a period of time, all right? With the eclipse in Taurus, it's asking you to reevaluate some things today, okay? You're going to have to reevaluate some things today. And the things that you may want to reevaluate is dependent on what brings you passion. What are you passionate about, okay? You also want to definitely tap into the energy with the eclipse in Pisces, which is saying tap into your free will, all right? You want to serve your higher purpose. Do the things that makes you happy, that makes you feel joy, that makes you feel fulfilled today. Keep it in mind, okay? You're going to have to keep in mind. Number 3 also vibrates on joy. The number 1 vibrates on love. Are you doing what you love? And if you're doing what you love, does it bring you joy? That is a question that you want to ask yourself today, okay? Some of you are reevaluating things. You're changing your mind. This doesn't work for you anymore. The Scorpio energy is saying bring in that passion. The Pisces energy is saying use your free will to do it. You don't have to be trapped in anything that does not make you happy, okay? Now, moving on, my loves, we're going to go on to the wonderful air signs. If you are a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, this message is going to apply to you, my love. If you are not a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, you would apply this message to your thinking, your spiritual and mental thinking. This is the things in your head. These are the things you replay in your head after you done had a conversation with your friend, with your mama, with your uncle, with your auntie, and now you got that conversation also stuck in your head, right? So thinking, mental and spiritually would be air energy if you are not an air sign, okay? Now, you do have the moon in Scorpio energy, which is all about transformation. The sun is in Cancer for this message, as well as the sun is in Capricorn, all right? When the moon is in a sign, we are definitely talking about emotional energy or things on the emotional level that you may need to pay attention to, right? With the moon in Scorpio, this is about you being able to tap into your emotional body and change, transform, okay? Whether you need to maybe tap into your sensitivity, or maybe you need to learn not to be so sensitive and don't take things so personal, right? It is important today as you're working through transformation, all right? And this transformation looks like it can be coming in from the home front, okay? This is you being focused on the home and the things that you love, maybe wanting to grow and expand and maybe change some things in that area because it doesn't work anymore, okay? Now, the thing with that is the sun is in Capricorn, is really asking you, as you're transforming the home aspect of your life, you definitely want to take in account that you're gonna have to put in this work, okay? You will have to check in to the status of where you are and make sure that you're putting in the work, right? So transformation is needed as you are moving throughout the day. This transformation could be happening on a level where it involves home and family, okay, and loved ones, all right? You just need to know that this can be successful if you work diligently and move towards the things that you want to accomplish within these relationships, okay? All right, my love. So we are going to jump into the wonderful, wonderful water energy. That is going to be Scorpio. It's also going to be Pisces, and it's going to be Cancer. If you are a Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer, this message can apply to you. But if you're not, you can apply this message to your emotions. This is your feelings. These are the things I want to say that are dear to your heart, all right? So emotions and feelings is where you would apply the water energy if you are not a water sign, all right? So today, guys, you got the sun in Leo, you got the sun in Aquarius, and you also have the sun in Libra, okay? That's a lot of outer energy, okay? Which is okay, y'all. The sun definitely shines outwardly to the world, okay? So you want to be mindful as you're moving throughout this energy today with the sun in Libra. This is a time for celebration, so why not celebrate outwardly, right? Especially if you've been doing the work internally and you just feel happy. I was speaking to somebody yesterday just about the energy, and you can feel the beautiful shift of energy. You can feel the beautiful expansion. You may not be able to articulate that something has changed, but you can definitely feel like there's something brand new and beautiful in the atmosphere. So you want to tap into that, right? Now, let me explain this to you. That's beautiful energy because you also have the sun in Aquarius, which is talking about opportunity within this energy here today. There's a readiness for change. You feel it. You are ready for this change. So embrace it, okay? Enjoying life, my love, with this sun in Libra is all about harmony, right? So you're going to step into your joy today. You're going to be open for the beautiful opportunities because you know, guess what? We talked about that. Your intuition connection to your opportunities, and your opportunities are limitless. Do I need to say that again? Your opportunities are limitless. Okay, you need to remember that. Okay, so with that being said, all right, move forth in your opportunities. Allow yourself to tap into your joy so you can bring harmony into your life. So anything that feels out of balance today and it does not feel harmonious, honey, you're gonna have to reevaluate that. Okay, all right. Last but not least, my loves, we are gonna tap into a fire energy. Fire energy is going to be Sagittarius. It's going to be Aries, and it's also going to be Leos. Okay, if you are not a fire sign, you can apply this to your life in the actions of movement. Okay, taking action. This can also be passionate or lustful energy, just depending on where you are in your life, honey. Not to mention, this can also be asking you to trust and tap into your intuitive energy, okay? So this is where you would apply that if you are not a fire sign, all right? You guys got the moon in Gemini energy, as well as the moon in Virgo and the eclipse in Gemini. That's a lot of Gemini energy, not to mention a lot of moon energy, okay? Be mindful today, my wonderful, wonderful fire signs, not to get too much into your emotions today, okay? Because you got a lot of moon energy showing up here for your wisdom or your messages today. So try not to get too tapped into your emotions today, because today you could be going through a bit of indecisions, and sometimes when you're indecisive, you don't want to make decisions when you don't know what to do, or you're nervous, or you're anxious, or you're just indecisive, okay? With the moon in Virgo, it's asking you to find contentment, all right? Some of you may even need to maybe pick up exercise, do some walking. Some of you may need to do meditation, yoga, or something to tap back into your vital force, okay? Something could be draining you, and this could be this indecision that you have not quite made yet, okay? And definitely because this eclipse energy is bringing in some type of change, okay? Now, this could be some type of change pertaining to family, all right? Some of you could be on a change towards a new path, and that could be a little scary, and hence why you are a little bit indecisive of if you should stay or go, or what you should or shouldn't do, okay? So you need to be mindful of that as you're moving throughout the day, all right? Now, this is the thing, y'all. Listen to me very closely and clearly, okay? You are your own guru, right? All of the answers that you need is within you. So anybody that comes into your life and they share something, if it resonates with you, they are really literally just confirming something that you knew, right? Or helping you to remember something that you already knew, all right? Now, even when someone gives you advice, or someone gives you some inspiration, or someone gives you some motivation, it is still up to you, the individual, my love, right? It is still up to you, the individual, to fall back, okay? Think about exactly how you're going to do this work, and then take action, right? Sometimes it's not just about jumping into a change. Sometimes it's literally about accepting that change needs to happen and then allowing it to unfold, okay? So I want to give you that when you're on your spiritual walk. Sometimes it's not so much about doing, it's just about being, okay? All right, with that being said, my love, I appreciate each and every one of you. Do something kind for yourself, y'all. Love yourself, honor yourself is what I want to say, okay? And I'm going to see y'all in tomorrow's daily vibration, okay? Remember, out of darkness comes enlightenment, so you're going to have to do that shadow work, baby, okay? All right, bye, my loves.